This just in. If you thought your deeply personal late-night conversations with ChatGPT were a safe, ad-free sanctuary, I have some truly depressing news for you. The tech industry has officially arrived to monetize your existential dread. According to a highly illuminating article by Simon Chandler in Raconteur, OpenAI has begun aggressively rolling out advertisements directly into the ChatGPT interface. We all knew this was coming. The absolute second a Silicon Valley CEO promises that their revolutionary product will prioritize humanity over ad revenue, you should have immediately started a countdown timer. But here is the most delicious irony of this entire situation. Despite OpenAI's desperate pivot from a brand-led model to a cost-per-click cash grab, the actual marketing industry is looking at this shiny new toy and collectively rolling its eyes. As a StoryBrand certified guide, I am constantly helping businesses navigate the chaos of digital advertising to find genuine human connection. But if you are thinking about dumping your entire ad budget into a chatbot that doesn't actually know who it is talking to, you are about to make a very expensive mistake. So stick with me and let's rip apart the massive glaring holes in OpenAI's new advertising platform, why you are paying a premium to target the exact wrong people, and how to survive the terrifying new era of answer engine optimization. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Vicky Sidler, a StoryBrand certified guide and duct tape marketing strategist from the Strategic Marketing Tribe. And I help small business owners like you build failure-proof marketing by focusing on the exact 20% of effort that drives 80% of the results. All so that your marketing stops feeling like a miserable second job you never asked for. I believe your absolute greatest competitive advantage is simply sounding undeniably human. And your greatest currency is basic trust. Because, let's be honest, if you blindly throw your marketing budget at a chatbot, your ads will become intrusive, annoying AI slop. You must establish secure, undeniable human authority. So download my 5-minute marketing fix to craft a powerful StoryBrand one-liner that standardizes your brand message, giving you a scalable, repeatable way to earn trust before the robots ruin your reputation. Okay, now with all of that out of the way, why is OpenAI suddenly monetizing your private conversations? Because it turns out that running a massive global supercomputer that hallucinates recipes for thousands of people simultaneously is incredibly expensive. CEO Sam Altman may have once famously admitted to hating ads, but financial reality has a funny way of changing your deeply held moral convictions. After quietly testing the waters in the United States, OpenAI is now rolling out banner ads at the bottom of chats in Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. They initially positioned this as an upper funnel CPM or cost per thousand brand awareness play, but they have already started rapidly backtracking. They are now desperately pivoting to a cost per click model, charging between $3 and $5 a click, just to convince skeptical advertisers that they are actually getting some measurable bang for their buck. And if you want in on this experimental phase, you are going to have to open your wallet very wide. The initial minimum commitment was a completely prohibitive $250,000, which they recently panicked and lowered to $50,000. But even with a discount, throwing 50 grand at an algorithmically inserted banner ad inside a chat window feels less like a strategic investment and more like setting a pile of cash on fire in a dark room. And are they even giving marketers any useful data? Because if you're going to demand a $50,000 minimum commitment just to run a test pilot, you would assume that they are handing over the keys to the demographic kingdom. They are absolutely not. As Nicole Green, a VP analyst at Gartner, brutally pointed out, ChatGPT currently lacks the comprehensive demographic data, behavioral tracking, and audience segmentation that makes platforms like Google and Meta so terrifyingly effective. When you buy an ad on ChatGPT, you are essentially flying blind. It relies entirely on the immediate conversational history and the user's location. There are no traditional placement parameters. There are no auction mechanics. You are just blindly handing your brand over to an AI and trusting it to insert your ad into a fluid, unpredictable conversation. And that introduces a massive, undeniable brand safety risk because AI conversations are entirely generated on the fly. You have absolutely zero control over the context of where your ad appears. You could easily end up paying $5 a click to have your luxury brand's banner ad cheerfully displayed directly beneath a massive multi-paragraph AI hallucination about why your industry is a scam. Which then brings us to the question, who exactly are you paying $50,000 to reach? Because this is the fatal flaw in OpenAI's entire advertising strategy, and it is baked directly into their business model. Claire Holubowski, a senior research analyst at Enders Analysis, exposed the core paradox of ChatGPT ads. It has enormous reach, but absolutely zero depth. Why? Because the heaviest, most dedicated users, the professionals, the decision makers, the people with actual disposable income who use the tool every single day, are all paying for the premium ad-free subscription tiers. This means if you buy ads on ChatGPT, you are completely blocked from targeting their most valuable demographic. You are exclusively paying a premium to target the casual free tier users who log on once a week to ask AI to write a passive-aggressive email to their landlord. You are inherently buying access to the lowest intent segment of their entire 700 million user base. So how do you survive this new answer engine nightmare? Because regardless of how clunky and expensive this platform currently is, the era of traditional SEO is dying, and you have to adapt before you become invisible. The introduction of ChatGPT ads proves that the internet is shifting from search engines to answer engines. You can no longer rely on tricking a Google algorithm with a blog post stuffed full of keywords. You have to adapt to answer engine optimization. This means moving away from static, sales-heavy messaging and investing in natural language, dialogue-style formats. Your content needs to be structured so that an AI can easily interpret it, digest it, and naturally recommend it to a user in the middle of a high-consideration purchase conversation. But you cannot do that if your underlying brand message is a chaotic, generic mess. If you want an AI to recommend you, or if you want a human being to actually click on your ad, your core message has to be flawlessly clear. So get my 5-minute marketing fix. It acts as a rapid diagnostic tool to help you use your actual human brain to craft a crystal clear story brand one-liner. It gives you a standardized, reliable system to establish undeniable empathy and authority. You have to prove to your customers that you are a competent, awake human guide. Otherwise, you are just going to become another ignored $5 banner ad at the bottom of a robotic chat window. Stop losing sales. Download the fix now. You can get it for free in the description below, or you can go to strategicmarketingtribe.com/fix. But what about you? How do you actually feel about the sudden, inescapable reality of chatbots trying to sell you things? I'll go first. Honestly, I am deeply unexcited about being force-fed even more advertisements in yet another digital space. But as a marketer, I also know I'm going to have to learn how to master this terrifying new ecosystem immediately just to protect my clients from throwing their money into a black hole. Okay, your turn. Are you dreading the chatbot ad apocalypse, or are you actually excited to test it out? Let me know in the comments. By the way, if you liked this video, you might like this one too. It's about why your AI assistant keeps forgetting your instructions and how to fix it. And this is one that YouTube thinks you might like, so check it out and see if the algorithm got it right. That's it from me. I'm Vicky Sidler from the Strategic Marketing Tribe, and I post helpful news updates for small businesses every day.